Oh, fuck, alright.
You're really quiet
though. Miss Tiffany, can you come down here for me, please? Okay, now what's happened is I've had two people who have told me that they've noticed you on multiple occasions performing what appeared to be a hand-to-hand transaction of some kind, not simply you handing something to someone else. There was definitely something coming back the other way. Okay, what's going to happen today, Miss Tiffany, is I'm going to be conducting a search on you, and I've got reports of a vehicle at the back of the Tequila as well that is into
If
your
there's
name.
nothing physically on my person, you have no right to search my vehicle.
Do actually, they've reported it as involved in the narcotics
I mean,
crime,
you
okay?
can if you want to, but there's nothing on me.
There's Paul there.
That's the plan.
But dirty cash in it. There's no drugs in it. They have to prove it's dirty.
Okay.
I told you, I don't have any drugs on me.
You gonna come over here for me,
Me?
please? Yes, Mr. Okay, can you just jump in the back here for me? What's your head? Okay, we're gonna be moving around to the back of Tequila now, and I'm gonna be conducting a search on your vehicle, okay?
Paul is following me.
That's good.
I think I might have diverted the cops' attention.
Yeah, they're gonna search my car. I'm gonna make them prove an RP that the cash is dirty in it.
Why are they searching
Make
your
sure you
car?
clip every trip, Miss Tyler.
Pardon?
They don't have any grounds to search it today.
Make sure you clip every trip.
That you did shit. Nah, bullshit.
Paulo, what's the 20 of that Jeep? Disregard, I've got it. Okay, Miss Tyler, wait there for me.
Yeah, if they don't RP the cash is dirty, well, you win it. You didn't RP the cash was dirty. I don't think what else is in it. I think it's full of food and repair kits.
Miss Tyler, I'm gonna get you out of the vehicle, okay? Just what you had as you come out. Can you come up here for me, please? Where's the key located for this vehicle?
In my jacket pocket, on my hand side.
Okay, I'm just gonna get it out. Can you just gonna unlock it here, okay? Alright, Miss Tyler, you're gonna be going to jail today.
Ask why?
Whoa.
Well, the vehicle that's coming back registered under your name has what appears to be 10 grams of a suspicious powdered substance, which I predict to be cocaine, and as well as excess of $15,000 in possibly marked bills. Okay.
Can you prove
So if
that
these
either
come
of
back,
those things are what you say they are?
luckily for you, I can. Just give me a moment, please.
Hey, they want you guys to unmute your comms.
They only got 10 grams of coke and 10 grand.
Wait, did they actually arrest you for dirty?
I asked him to prove it.
So what's going to happen here, Miss Tyler, is I'm going to be taking one of these baggies of cocaine. I'm going to tip a little bit of into this bag with some water in it. Okay, that's correct. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in here and I'm going to shake it up. Okay, if it comes back dark green, it's going to be cocaine. All right.
RPing the drug test. Can we daddle the onlookers? They have no purpose here.
Well, I mean, they can be here if they want. It's public property,
it's
isn't
not.
it?
It's private property. It's a business.
I thought this was a little car park.
Owned by Tequila La. It's attached to the business on the same block of land. Get out of nerds.
So, what right do you have to tell
But
them
I
to
saw
leave?
you, so I'm here for evidence.
Saw me do
Yeah,
what?
I actually need to get an official statement from both of these
You've
gentlemen.
been here for like 5 minutes.
I've been in that Nissan the whole time. Nissan Titan. I've been here for about maybe 20 minutes scouting out.
Alright. Miss Tyler, what's gonna happen? It's just turned a light green here, okay? So that means usually it's cocaine mixed
You
with
said
something
dark
else, probably
blue,
chalk.
So your own test
No, I
is
said dark
inconclusive.
green. No, I said if it would come back
No,
dark
you
green.
said it would come back dark blue.
He said dark green.
Miss Tyler, I'm sure that they offer some kind of medical assistance for the hearing impaired in jail, okay?
I don't appreciate you being patronizing. Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
I'm simply saying that if you misheard me, then I'm sure that they can help you with that. Okay, what's gonna happen?
Moogle, they didn't read me my rights.
Okay, what's gonna happen is you'll be receiving charges today for drug possession
you
or consumption of a Class B substance times 10, as well as
did you get any
money
recording of?
laundering,
Not formally.
or possession of bills gained from drug trade times.
Where do you know where that
as a
money
peer.
came from?
Well,
I
are
don't
they
have
standing around in a place where body
Okay,
cam?
no worries.
sorry,
Well, I'll
CCTV
run the money, and if it comes back marked, then
Marked
you'll
by
receive a
what?
charge
What
for
does
that.
mean?
I'm not sure. I'm just doing what I'm told to
Yeah,
do.
right. I'd like to know more
Mhm.
information about what you determined to be marked money.
Money that's marked somehow.
Real specific.
And
I
if the
thought
money's
so.
marked as stolen, then it's stolen money. It's illegal.
The vehicle's going to be getting impounded as well today, Miss Tyler.
Well, I mean, you don't really have the right to do that.
Why is that?
What justification do you have to be able to impound my car?
No, I don't want to leave it
Go
here.
get it towed, or my friend
Follow
Phil
me back
can
here.
come and pick it up.
No, Phil's not going to be involved from this point
Phil's my
forward.
legal
Step back to my vehicle,
representation.
please.
He will be, thank you.
No, he won't be. He's already been stated as an associate of yours, and therefore he's not going to be able to
Please tell
represent
me
you
where
in
in
the
the
legal
law
court
it
of
states
law.
that that's the case.
Come over here for me, please, Miss Tyler.
Phil is my lawyer, and right now you are denying me access to legal representation, which is an infringement on my civil rights.
In
Is
here.
your lawyer registered
Yes.
with the state, ma'am?
What you? Actually, what I said was you can't use
Yes, I can.
Phil. And why can you use
Because
Phil?
he's my legal representation. Tell me why I can't.
Because he's a known associate
Tell
of
me
yours.
where it says
Just
that
give me
in the law. Moogle, if you're known to be an associate of me, did we ever put a conflict of interest clause into the legal representative stuff?
I'd probably read her rights.
I don't think we did we?
Yeah, no.
There's no issues with conflict of interest because I'm not involved
They think
in.
you're a known associate of me, therefore can't. Just
Just remember, Miss Tyler, that you have the right to remain silent.
just
Anything
represented you
said
before,
can
that's what I
be
said.
They're reading
dismissed
me
in
my
a court
rights
of law. If
after
the right to an
having
attorney,
searched
however,
my
will not be appointed to you by the state if you cannot afford one. Do you understand these rights that I
I
just
do,
read?
and I wish to make a phone call to my lawyer.
No worries, you can do that when you provided a phone.
I mean, you haven't taken my phone off me at any point, so...
You're correct, but you're in
Yes, I
handcuffs,
understand
so I mean, it's quite difficult.
Hey Siri, call Fill Me Up.
Take her phone off.
Hi Phil.
I can't hear anything
No.
going on.
Phil?
You know, if your phone's in your pocket, then I can only imagine
Can you
how
hear me, Phil?
poorly you
The-
can
the
hear
calls
each
are
other
really-
right
the
now.
calls
Yes,
are
I can.
really
I
loud.
can hear you. Yes.
Hi there.
I'm assuming they're gonna take me to MRPD. Can you meet me there, please?
I'll see you at MRPD in a bit. I'm just talking, spoken to by a SWAT officer.
Bold
at the
assumption
moment.
to take you to
I'll-
MRPD. I was thinking about Polito
Yeah,
PD,
oh well.
actually.
I'll,
It's a nice
when I
drive
get to
up the
whatever
coast.
PD I'm at, I'll call you again, okay? Thanks, Phil.
Actually, you won't, because that's your one call.
Yes.
Yeah, no. If you're gonna deny me legal representation and take me to an incorrect police station that I've told my lawyer, you are infringing on my civil rights and you will be facing a whole world of hurt.
Can I get
Okay.
your lawyer's official name, ma'am, so I can
Fill
look him
me
up
up.
in the state system?
PHILMEEUP.
Okay. So it appears as though the site's actually down that we use for our legislation. That's quite
May I
unfortunate.
lock my car, please? Because someone who doesn't
No.
own it just got in it.
Yeah, I want you to stay out of the car.
I just wanted to sniff
May
the
I
seat,
lock my
bro.
car,
Oh,
please?
that's really
He's going.
The mechanics
He's
should
playing
be
with the
here
wheel nuts.
shortly.
Come on.
I didn't see him
He
do
was
anything,
leaning over the
unfortunately.
wheel of the car. Can you search them so they haven't stolen any of my shit, please? The other guy is behind the car right now, looking into the wheel hub.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, Miss
You
Tyler.
could just let me lock the car. I'm in handcuffs. I'm not going anywhere. Can I just lock my fucking car so they don't steal my shit, please?
Nah, ma'am, it's about to be impounded.
So let me lock it.
It's okay. They haven't stolen anything of yours,
Can you
Miss
prove
Tyler.
that?
I can, because it's all still there.
Can I lock my car, please?
Okay. The mechanics should be here shortly. We'll wait here until they are. Okay, so just a refresher, Miss Tyler, what's going to happen? You'll be getting charged with 1 account of drug possession of Class B substance ×1. And depending on what the status of these bills are, it'll be possession of marked bills times $36,000.
Where did you pull $36,000 from?
If it's excess of a certain amount, which I'm not going to disclose to you, then it's actually double under our penal
Can you
codes.
tell me how much money you think you found in my car?
No, I can't. I just told you I can't tell you how
Well,
much it is.
yeah, you can, and you're legally obliged to, and you're legally obliged to provide it should my lawyer request it.
You're right, but you're not your
No, I'm
lawyer,
not,
are
and
you?
I'll expect Phil to request it because he's a good lawyer.
Okay, so Phil's going to request
Back in
confidential
stack
police
here with
department
the SWAT
documents.
officer because
Confidential
Paul
police
responded to
department,
me
you
at
have to provide
Tequila.
material evidence.
They are. I do have the material evidence. I have 10 baggies of cocaine, and I have about $18,000 in possibly marked
And I
bills.
expect you to do your due diligence and find out that they're not whatever the fuck you think they are.
Okay, no worries. Well, I guess I'll find out whether or not they are what I think they are, and I think you'll find that I find that they'll be what I think they are.
Make sure
I
you
do
request
find
the
that.
material evidence.
Was there 2 cars here that need to be marked?
No, I think there's only one, sorry.
Just the one, ma'am.
Oh, just one. We received 2 calls, that's all.
Oh, we just weren't sure I know it was coming to the first one, so we did it again.
I feel like
right.
just planting that 12
Thanks,
contracts to that guy's car.
Take care. Also, you know that bridge on, what's that hospital called? That's abandoned and no one uses anymore?
Dorset Drive.
I forget. Dorset Drive, yeah. Where that bridge is, there's a
The,
abandoned Glendale just in the middle of the road.
Forum's website's down.
Well, on the side, but you can't park. I was wondering if one of you could spare some time to mark it for me.
I'll see you boys down at PD, alright?
If anything happens to my Jeep, I'm holding you all personally.
Well, it's not our fault anymore, it's on the truck.
Not the way to the impound.
Well, I think you'll find that he was pulling over because he thought I was trying to pull him over.
They still haven't taken me. What would you do? Hey, okay Siri. Oh, hey Siri. They're like, oh, it must be muffled. I'm like, can I just earpiece in my ear? You know, to my phone. I still expect harassment charges for the guy that touched my boot.
Alright, well, when I get the availability
Why wasn't
again,
he charged then
I'll,
and there?
because we had other pressing matters to deal with.
What, like them retaliating against me?
No, like the narcotics charges you were receiving.
That were told to you by people who I'd accused of harassing me.
Correct. You accused them. You had no
I
proof.
had a witness. Phil was
You had
standing
a
next
single
to
witness
me when he
who.
did it.
Excuse me. Can you let me finish? You have a single witness that is a biased opinion due to
I
his
also told you
association
that he
with
gave me coke. Did you search him?
I also know that you had coke in your car, so how do I know that it wasn't just your coke?
Why would you not search him as well?
I did search him, and he had no cocaine on him. He gave you one baggie of coke, and that's it? Yeah. Follow me in here, Miss Tyler.
Alright, the cop finally let me
Into the
go.
cell here, please. No one in there for me, please.
Can you uncuff me? You guys uncuff me or no?
I
kinda
can
tight and
uncuff you
chafing.
for 39. Just gonna search you for my safety first. Just gonna hold on to that knife and gun for this moment.
Miss Tyler, so I've just finished putting all the money into a machine that we've got in there, and the rest of the cocaine I've left in a machine for the lab rats to give it a test. They'll be able to figure out why it went light green instead of dark green. So we'll figure out what you're mixing it with, and then we'll figure out if the money's marked or not. Okay. Yeah. Are you just giving her another search?
Yeah, she's got a knife and a pistol.
Both of which I'm
Yeah,
licensed
you can
for.
take that off. That's okay. It doesn't affect us. Taking you anyway.
No, I'm just making a statement so you don't trump up more charges against me.
Miss Tyler, use the phone. You can use this to contact Mr. Me up, okay? He has 10 minutes to arrive after a 2-minute call.
I don't think that's legal.
Sorry?
I don't think it's legal to expect that.
Well, that's the expectation is that he arrives here in 10 minutes. Failure to do so results in him being avoid legal representation.
Doesn't work.
Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. What would I know?
Hey, Phil? Yeah, we're at MRPD. On your way.
Yeah, I'm on my way because I got held up by the SWAT.
Why was SWAT wanting you?
Poe spotted me and got the SWAT to check me.
What'd you do with the coke?
I planted it in the other guy's car. The other guy got arrested.
The guy that was
Yep.
arrested,
Yeah. No. That was another guy that passed by, but he has a really ape shit attitude. So, I was like, yep, since you did that to me, you got this upon yourself, so I'm gonna plant shit into your car.
See you at MRPD. They keep trying to pull
Yep.
this 10 minutes bullshit. We need to do something.
Oh, it's better than 5
It's
minutes.
still illegal either way.
Well, have you managed to give me a call? You got 3 minutes to call and then 10 minutes to wait,
Both
so
of
you
those
just spend the
requirements
3
are
minutes
illegal.
just to...
And for some reason, my save
Oh,
number
no,
for
they got above and beyond requirement. The requirement is only 10 minutes in
Under
total.
law,
They decided to give 3.
having that requirement could potentially be argued as an infringement on someone's civil rights,
For
denying them
what?
access to a legal practitioner.
Oh, no.
Nowhere
but
in
the
law
law
does
at the
it allow
moment...
for the PD to set an arbitrary time limit.
Alright. Oh shit, why? The only shit that I got
Rid
is
of
the
that phone back now,
Air
please,
Force
Mr.
uniform.
Tyler.
Crap.
I'll see you when you get here.
Alright.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Alright, so he's got 10 minutes to arrive starting now,
Yeah,
okay?
I'd like to see where you pull that arbitrary number from.
Well, I can't currently access the city's legislation, unfortunately.
So what are you gonna do when Phil says something that you don't know?
Not sure, but I'm pretty well rehearsed in all of the laws.
We'll see. Such an asshole.
That's your character. It's
You're
alright.
referring to Phil Payne?
No, she's referring to fill me up. But I think all of the
Freaking
fills in
traffic
this
lights,
city
stop
seem to have
stop
some
next to
kind
the
of
cop.
ability to do just whatever they want.
Yeah, it's the privilege of being called Phil, I think.
Yeah, well, they certainly shouldn't have it sometimes.
You can tell him that to his face if you like.
I'll have no hesitation to do such thing.
Oh, whoever the county unit is that's mad at me. As it in for you. He doesn't think all of the Phils should be able to do whatever they want.
Not all of the
Can I
fields.
get your badge number, please?
Mine?
The dude standing near the desk. Thanks.
No worries.
Charles Jacob, and everybody fucking... He's been in county. And he's taken a demotion. Whatever Lima is.
Oh, well, I'm coming into PD now.
How are they gonna know you're there? They know you're there when they're all... So, how are you guys gonna know when Phil arrives? Considering you're all standing down here.
Well, assumedly he'd know to ring the bell considering how experienced he
I
is.
don't know if you can hear the bell from down here or anything.
Well, I seem to have an ability to hear such things.
I'm gonna just shout at them, standing like above the cell. Because
I'm talking to Papa Delta, Papa Charlie at the moment to get through the gate.
Stay intact, man.
Alright.
How long did Phil say it was gonna be?
Yeah.
Not sure. He's got another 7 minutes to get here, though. Alright, the techies have just told me that that money's coming back marked.
what? As what? Has someone like doodled on it? Like I don't understand what you're trying to get at.
The serial numbers are coming back marked stolen
Oh,
from
you
a
should
bank.
tell the people that buy drinks at Tequila La that then.
Okay, and why are you storing money from Tequila La in your car? Shouldn't you be handing that to your boss
Tips?
or putting it in the cash register? You make $18,000
Don't
in
trust banks.
tips.
That's my life savings that you've taken.
Well, that's quite unfortunate.
Oh, is
How we
that
doing,
you?
man?
He's such a dick, and he's so not happy with me being a pain in the
Oh.
Afternoon, Mr. Mayor.
Hi there, how are you? Yeah, I think I've been searching, thoroughly searching ID card checked by the Papa Charlie
Phil.
over there.
Okay, no worries. That's good to hear.
Ah, look, oh, you got yourself in trouble
Phil,
again,
they
Tiff.
arrested me and just let the guy that was harassing me go, despite me calling 911. I think this is a miscarriage of justice, Phil. Anyone could have put that shit in my car. And they've taken my life savings.
Okay, well, let's start with one thing at a time. Let's address, because
Do you guys
obviously
want a room
I'm
to
not.
chat in?
Yeah, yes, please, because
Tiffany, come with me.
I'm happy to talk to the prosecuting officer at the same time too, just so
I'd
we can
rather
get all the
speak to you in
stories
private
straight. You
first,
know?
Phil.
Okay. Well, if the PD allows us to do so, by all means. I think there's a spider on your foot.
Did I get it?
Yes.
You're welcome to get in there.
or getting in a room. Nice.
Alright, I'll leave the door unlocked. There'll be a unit outside. You may,
No problem. Alright, Mr. Taylor. Oh my god, let me just set down my suitcase. Sorry, briefcase.
You were there. You know how this went.
How are you?
I was at Tequila. We both know I didn't have anything on me. My job. Out drink cards. The guy that was trying to touch my boob and following us around. You know I called 911 and said he's harassing me.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. When the time is
Slipped
up, you'll
coke
be
into my
gone.
pocket.
Okay.
They didn't even search him, Phil. And I don't carry coke.
What's the
I
other
don't have
story with
coke.
Tiffany?
I don't think I've ever had a drug conviction ever.
Do we remember who was the unit responding to that call, by the way?
Yeah. Delta
Silly,
204.
silly girl.
Charles
Drugs
Jacob.
and dirty.
Delta 204. Oh, that was him who was first on
I
scene,
think
or?
so. I don't know. They all look the same in this.
Well, I'm gonna do... Actually, so was your car
Yes.
locked at the time?
But
Okay,
they let
and
the police, due to their negligence, let both of the idiots look in it and go through my shit while I was sitting in the back of a police car.
so someone else was basically looking through into your
Mhm.
car while...
They were doing it in front of the police.
So,
Why wouldn't
are
they do it
are they
otherwise?
police? Okay.
They're setting
okay.
me up because I called the police because he touched my boob, Phil.
Okay. Well, let's see. Well, I could technically argue the charges that the evidence has tainted because they allowed people other than police to touch the
Yeah.
vehicle at a time, and then the police failed to secure the
They wouldn't even
area
let
of
me
the
get out
scene of
to
the
lock
crime
my
scene and
car.
allowing other people to taint the evidence and trespassing a crime scene. Did nothing about it. If that's what the
I even
case
asked them
is.
to ask those
Have
two
you
idiots
got
to
any
move on.
footage whatsoever of that? Yeah, have
Need to
you
fix your
managed? Do you have any like dash cam footage?
I mean, I was sitting in a
Oh,
police
God.
car when they were looking through my car. There'd be dash cam from the car.
Yeah, so if there's a dash cam available, I'm more than happy to probably go through that too.
That doesn't prove that they stashed it in there, though.
Well, no, it doesn't. But it proves that the evidence is
They
tainted.
didn't
Whatever
even
they
read me
have.
my rights before they searched me, Phil.
Well,
They just put me in. They asked me to come over to talk to. I assumed about the guy that was harassing me, and then he put me straight in cuffs and searched me without saying anything. He said, "Oh, we think that you've been dealing," and then cuffed me and searched me.
Roger. Okay, I'm going to talk to the prosecuting officer.
Can you
If
do it
that's
in front of
okay.
me too?
Yeah, sure. Would you like a coffee or something, or? Okay, that's alright. Well, if you need a drink or some snacks or something to just calm yourself down a little, I'm happy to get you some comfort food.
Pretty upset.
Yeah, I know. It's not
I
right
don't
for
deal
you,
drugs,
you know.
Phil. I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everything will be alright. Let's see how we can handle this, one thing at a time. Okay. Oh, hello.
I want to hear what's going on.
Uh-oh. I shall let you know.
You want to go and meet up with Sicario? I'll meet you up there in a sec. You want to go meet up with Sicario?
Hi there.
Mr. Mia.
Yes, sorry, I didn't catch your name earlier. And pleased to meet you. My name is Phil Me Up, in case you didn't know, but yes, you recall me Mr. Me Up. But, and your name, sir?
You can call me Jacob.
Jacob. All right. Nice meeting you, first of all. Second of all, I've just been, like, taking some notes for my client here. So, let me just get my story straight. You know, you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? So I believe my client over here called 911 early in the day, and apparently you're the first officer that showed up and tried to investigate the scene or something.
That's correct.
Yeah, so apparently she called 911 because someone was sexually harassing and assaulting her and stuff.
That was her claim, yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you established reasonable grounds or something, but apparently you didn't end up searching the individual responsible.
I did, in fact, end up searching the individual she claimed had distributed cocaine to her.
Okay.
I'm not sure how she'd be able to identify whether or not I did, but I did search him, and he had no such things such as cocaine on his
I handed
person.
you the coke that he gave.
You're correct. Well, no, actually, he handed me
Well,
a
did you
baggie with
test
some
that?
coke in it.
You tested the shit that you found in my car.
That's correct. I also tested the cocaine that I handed to the guys, and they said it was all the same cocaine, including the one baggie that you
Are you
handed
saying
me.
that the shit you found in my car is the same shit that someone else gave me? And
I'm saying that the shit that was in your car is the same shit that was on you, Miss Tyler.
Oh, okay. So basically, what you're saying is it's the same type of cocaine package in the same way, and they somehow were found in her car and her person at the same time. Yeah, that's all right. No, that's fine. So may I ask what happened to that individual who was, you know, sexually harassing her and assaulting her and stuff?
We had no viable evidence to state that he did or did not do such actions. He also had no was not in possession of any form of narcotics, so he was let go from the scene.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of like saying if I can do it outside of MRPD and just, away from CCTVs whatsoever, I could just touch this fellow SWAT officer there and he can claim that I was assaulting him, but because there's no fireable evidence, because I just touched him from behind, there's no camera, no whatsoever, that means that I can get away with this. Okay. Let me
Sorry
just
to just rudely interrupt there, Phil. I just need to have a chat with this officer really quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Shit, I should have recorded this, shouldn't I? But no, that's all right. It's MRPD. They've got CCTV here. Well, I can technically use what I just said, and what he just said to us, and what I just said to him in return as a case to argue that what he was doing was inappropriate.
Pretty sure I don't have any drug charges on my record either.
Oh, I don't know that, but
I'm pretty sure.
But
Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly sure.
Well, theoretically, according to his theory, as long as there's no CCTV camera whatsoever, there's no body cam footage, there's no footage whatsoever, and I touch you, I could get away with everything. And I can probably do the same thing, stab one of the officers there.
So what you're saying is,
And I
if we
could
cover
probably
up the
get away with
camera
it.
and assault him, the assault didn't happen.
Well, apparently that's according to the law officer's logic,
right.
because that way he doesn't have any viable evidence to charge me for anything.
And
Well, if this is how LSPD operates, then
someone I've had a go at for sexually harassing me definitely wouldn't put drugs in my car.
I mean, besides that, I think it's a matter of time before they need to start wondering why we decided to take matters into our own hands instead of relying on LSPD.
And they took my life savings and said it was something called marked, but they can't tell me what that means.
Well, it looks like mark notes have been known within the LSPD circles to be cash that were laundered or, just not supposed to be circulating in the economy. Apparently, they could be either counterfeit money or, money that requires that money coming from unknown, questionable source whatsoever.
I mean, have you seen the Tequila La clientele? All of them are questionable.
Yeah, that's what we have to
I
argue
am a
off as
victim
well
of
too,
fraud
because
here, not the fraudster.
Yeah. Well, apparently, but I think there's another thing that we can argue is that the evidence is tainted.
See, Phil, this is why I hire you.
But you see, there could be officers that are, very, very, very I don't give a shit. I have a badge, and that's the law, kind of officer. So whether he
fine.
will,
If that's
you know,
the case, we file a complaint.
Okay,
that
sorry
is true
about
too.
that.
No, no problem. So can I just get the story straight about this afterwards? So apparently someone somewhere decided to make a counter complaint on her, apparently that she has drugs on her, or?
Yes, so I was speaking with the original offender. So Miss Tyler was the original complainant, and spoke with the original offender. The original offender, who will remain nameless, he then informed me and him and his associate both informed me that they've previously seen Miss Tyler there constantly, just about every night, and they informed me that they constantly see her performing what appears to be transactions. They hand her something, she hands them something, rather than what she claims, which is, just handing them something. So that made me think that she possibly could have been dealing narcotics of some kind. So I then searched her person. She had nothing on her, but they informed me that they constantly see her going between the street and the black Jeep at the back of the premises. So I went to the back and I searched the vehicle. I got it unlocked. I gave it a search, and I found in the back, in a bag, there was 10 baggies of what I suspected to be cocaine. It was a white powdered substance of some kind. I later did a field test on it, and it came back positive to cocaine of some kind. Through later testing at the lab, we found it was cocaine mixed with chalk dust. We also found roughly $18,000 worth of marked bills inside the vehicle, which we got tested and confirmed that it was marked bills.
Okay, well, yeah, I know that you guys probably found that in a vehicle. But according to my client's statement, apparently, when you guys were searching the vehicle, the bystanders were looking through it as well. Is that correct? Or
I believe they were looking in through the windows, and one of them was down near one of the wheel arches. But I checked the vehicle again after they touched it, and nothing had changed. There was no new objects in or out of the vehicle.
So were you the first one that touched the vehicle? Or
That's correct. I was the first person on the scene that touched the vehicle.
Okay, so well, so I'm unsure why when a police officer is touching evidence or potential evidence, you allowed people to trespass a crime scene and taint the evidence. You got people scavenging through her vehicle through the windows and
Mr. Mayup, I'd like to make something apparent. I didn't allow anybody to search the vehicle.
I mean,
And you
I was
in
the one that
fact,
had to
didn't
tell
stop
you
them.
someone
Can
was
you let me
in my
finish,
car.
please?
Please,
Miss Tyler?
Miss Tyler,
Let me
please,
finish,
really.
please.
I think.
So
yeah,
what
yes.
happened was, as soon as I saw them interfering with the vehicle, Miss Tyler pointed it out. I was very quick to respond, and I actually went over and informed them not to touch the vehicle again. And if I saw them doing that, then I would have to give them both a thorough search, research the vehicle, and they may receive criminal charges, at which point they were compliant and they didn't touch the vehicle from then on. The reason for me keeping them on scene was I requested an additional officer to take a report from them, an official statement stating what they'd seen Miss Tyler conduct over these last couple of days.
So you're saying that they have touched the evidence?
No.
And you have to tell them off for touching it to not touch it again. That's what you just told me, because
No, that's not at all what I told you. I told you that they were touching the vehicle.
Yes, and the vehicle
However,
is the evidence.
No, the cocaine and the money is the evidence, Mr.
Well,
Mayor.
where did you find it?
In the vehicle, which
Exactly,
makes the
so
vehicle
which
an
means the
accessory
vehicle-
to the crime.
Yeah, which means the vehicle is an evidence to the court, because apparently the vehicle is owned by her. Otherwise, if the vehicle is not an evidence, then I can just say that vehicle was found off the road somewhere and does not belong to my client.
Well, it's registered to her name.
Well, there you go. There's an evidence that you need to prove in court as well. So there you go. So now you've got people touching an evidence, which tainted the evidence itself. You had to tell them off because they touched it in the first place. You've got people scavenging her, the dashboards or through the windows whatsoever, because you managed to get the vehicle unlocked.
Mr. Mayup, they looked through the windows and were looking at the tires.
Mr. Jacob, there was a man at the
well-
trunk end of the car with his arms in it.
Well, I was looking at him, and I went over and
If I
spoke
can
to
see
him,
it sitting in
and
the
he
back seat
didn't.
of your vehicle, it'll be caught on your vehicle's dash cam.
I mean, Miss Taylor, it doesn't even have to go through the whole complication there. The officer admitted the evidence was touched by someone other than police officers on the scene. The evidence is tainted, and therefore I request that, or sorry, I demand that under Court Procedures Act that the evidence must
not getting
not
up to be
be
aggressive. I'm
emitted.
getting up because I
Okay,
need to.
no worries. Well, the evidence regarding the vehicle will not be admitted. But
Well,
the fact that there was cocaine and money found in her vehicle prior to anybody else touching it will be admitted, and that will be used to charge her with charges of drug possession or consumption of a Class B substance being cocaine or opium, times one offence, as well as a charge of money laundering or possession of marked bills, times 18,000, which is doubled and results in a $36,000 fine.
well, the vehicle was touched.
Doesn't
You
double
cannot
it.
guarantee that there.
The vehicle was not touched prior to me touching it and
Can
removing
you
the
prove that?
evidence.
Did you dust for fingerprints when I said they planted it in my car?
It doesn't even matter because
You never
the-
said anybody planted
Yes,
it
I
in
did.
your
I
car,
said it
Miss
wasn't
Tyler.
mine. Why would I voluntarily unlock my car knowing there's drugs in it? I handed you the keys, basically.
You let me take them out of your pocket. You never said to me on the scene anything about anybody
it's not my
planting
car, I lost the
anything.
keys, whatever, and made it harder for you, but I didn't because they're not my drugs.
Okay. No, is you able to
Miss
provide
Tyler,
evidence
doesn't-
that
I
they're
shouldn't
not your
have to
drugs?
prove
Well,
that they're
well,
not
Miss
my
Ty-
drugs. You should have to prove that that you have to prove that they're mine. Innocent until
Miss Ta-
proven
Miss
guilty,
Tyler, no.
Mr. Jacob.
Miss Tyler, do not say any more that may self-incriminate yourself by accident or whatsoever. You have the right to remain silent, and I'm representing you now, and I have declared that under the Court Procedures Act. Sorry, I've demanded that, and the officer over there accepted that the vehicle is omitted from being used as an evidence. And since the content is found in the evidence itself, the evidence cannot be omitted because the evidence itself is tainted in the first place, then anything found in it can also be tainted, and therefore I also demand that whatever you found in there cannot be admissible in court because the vehicle itself was touched. The vehicle itself was touched to the point that you cannot guarantee that the vehicle was not tampered with, or the evidence was not tampered with, that people may have planted it or not. You claim that the content of the vehicle was unchanged, whether it was before or after they've touched it. But have you got any evidence to prove that the vehicle was not tainted at all?
I've got body cam footage that shows nobody other than myself touching the vehicle prior to extracting the evidence.
So what about the time that I was in the back of your police car? Or before you arrived, after I'd made the 911 call?
Well, it doesn't really matter because the officer admitted the evidence is tainted. And thanks to the CCTV of MRPD, we could use that in court to testify against the officer. If the officer forcefully charged you for any of the crimes from here onwards, I could just report that officer and have him sacked.
Question. If we took this to court, who would do it?
I could do it, but we might need
It has to
Mr.
be
Chief
Snake
Justice. I mean, it doesn't matter. From this point onwards, I don't have to say one word because the officer has voluntarily admitted the evidence was tainted. So, that is my case. I rest my case, Your Honor. Wait, where's my briefcase? What the heck? Oh.
I feel like we should ask for a
Not that
superior
one.
officer, Bill. This guy's not listening.
That's my briefcase. Let me pick that briefcase up. Now I've got my briefcase in hand. I'm ready to leave with you. The officer himself decided to call that the evidence is tainted, and if he decided to go against it, that's I can then file a complaint against him for perverting the course of justice, and you know, it's literally checkmate right now. So it's up to the officer what he wants to do next. Because if he says one thing wrong, he's basically going to self-incriminate himself.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! Also, fuck him. It was under $25,000. It's only 20 grand.
Irrelevant.
I know.
He can't even charge you.
I know, but still. I did make him roleplay it.
Although you just lost pretty much 25 grand worth of stuff, huh? Oh,
It was $18,000 dirty, so less 30%. Wow, 20.
Yeah.
So it's not that much money.
Mm-mm. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still better than being charged and having a criminal record for.
Yeah, I like my drug-free criminal record.
I love baiting that officer into saying the evidence is tainted.
So rude. I'm almost not mad that they let them poke through my.
Oh god.
And it was sitting right in front of one of the sheriff's cars. So that clip of body cam footage is 100% admissible.
I love it. I love it.
I even asked them multiple times if they'd let me lock my car, and they said no. Not to mention that the mechanic who impounded it turned away from the direction of the impound. So if my Jeep's not there, I'll be flipping my...
Phil will no longer be on this case. We're going to leave it to this officer here. I've told him everything that I need to know, and should it go to court or anything, you can call me as a witness.
I've got nothing. I rest my case, Mr. Officer, SWAT officer, because I've got the officer right there admitting the evidence is tainted. I don't have anything else to say, because if he tries to charge my client, then he just self-incriminated himself. If he tries to say against what he just said, I can charge him for perjury. So I rest my case.
Yeah. So this is exactly why I'm stepping away from the case. I've advised him on my professional opinion, and I'll be leaving it with that.
No. I've got no issues whatsoever, because I mean it's up to him what he wants to do.
My car after he'd spoken to the people who were harassing me.
Okay, what's going to happen here, Miss Tyler, is I'm going to be letting you go. Okay, this time. However, no charges will be getting applied.
Yes,
Do you understand?
I have my pistol and my knife back.
I'm not currently in possession of either of those.
Who is, so I can get back, please.
I'll do my best. As a free to leave the premises now.
I'm gonna wait upstairs.
So much. We'll wait until
Thank you, Mr. Nice One.
It's alright.
Miss Tyler, next time you are under arrest, I would also recommend not attempting to use your phone